The story of Alice Cooper, born Vincent Furnier, is one of rock's most enduring transformations, where theatrical shock and personal struggle intertwine. Known for redefining stage performance with horror-inspired spectacle, guillotines, and dark satire, he became a symbol of rebellion in modern music. Yet beneath the makeup and persona of the legendary performer stood a deeply human journey marked by vulnerability, reinvention, and survival. This narrative explores not only the rise of a groundbreaking artist, but also the emotional complexities behind the character. It is a reflection on fame, identity, and the cost of living behind a mask that never stops watching. Childhood in Phoenix born. Vincent Furnier in the suburbs of Phoenix, Arizona, the future Alice Cooper grew up in a strict religious household shaped by his father's role as a preacher. His early life was marked by frequent illness, long periods of bed rest, and isolation from other children his age. While classmates played sports and socialized outdoors, Vincent often stayed inside, immersed in horror comics and imagination as a form of escape. Despite loving parents, emotional distance and strict discipline contributed to his feelings of being different, unseen, and misunderstood. These early experiences planted the psychological seeds that would later evolve into his stage persona and artistic identity. The birth of Alice Cooper. In high school, Vincent Furnier discovered music as both escape and expression, forming early friendships that would lead to the creation of his first band. The group, initially called the Earwigs, evolved through several lineup and name changes before eventually becoming known as Alice Cooper. Contrary to common belief, Alice Cooper was originally the name of the band rather than just the frontman. The persona emerged as a blend of horror aesthetics, satire, and theatrical performance, designed to shock and captivate audiences. This transformation provided Vincent with a psychological outlet, allowing him to separate personal vulnerability from stage identity fully. Rise to fame and shock rock. As Alice Cooper gained prominence in the early 1970s, the band developed a reputation for theatrical shock rock performances, unlike anything seen before. The stage shows featured guillotines, fake blood, snakes, and elaborate horror-inspired props that blurred the line between concert and performance art. Audiences were both shocked and fascinated, and critics debated whether Alice Cooper represented corruption or innovation in rock music. Behind the spectacle, Vincent Furnier remained relatively private, maintaining a clear distinction between his on-stage persona and off-stage identity. This era cemented Alice Cooper as a pioneer of shock rock and defining figure in theatrical heavy music. Descent into addiction. As fame intensified, Vincent Furnier increasingly struggled with the pressures of touring, recording and maintaining the intense demands of his stage persona, and often leaving him physically and mentally drained for extended periods on tour cycles. Alcohol became a central coping mechanism, initially used socially but quickly escalating into dependency during peak touring years. Reports from bandmates described erratic behavior, missed performances, and increasing instability during life on the road. The boundaries between Alice Cooper's stage identity and Vincent's real life began to blur dangerously. Drug use and blackouts added further complications, deepening his sense of detachment and emotional exhaustion. Rock bottom. By the late 1970s, the pressures of fame and addiction pushed Vincent Furnier to the brink of collapse, both physically and emotionally. He experienced severe health issues, blackouts, and erratic behavior that alarmed those closest to him during touring cycles. On multiple occasions, he reportedly struggled to complete performances and required assistance offstage. The line between performance and reality dissolved, leaving him increasingly disoriented and isolated, with confusion between stage persona and personal identity, growing more severe over time in public and private settings alike. Friends and collaborators feared for his survival as addiction reached its most dangerous point. The turning point in Vincent Furnier's life came through the influence of his wife, Cheryl Goddard, whom he met in the late 1970s. Unlike the spectacle of his career, their relationship was grounded in stability, honesty, and emotional support, helping him separate performance identity from personal reality over time, gradually in life. Cheryl recognized the destructive patterns in his life and encouraged him to confront his addiction directly. Her presence offered a sense of grounding that contrasted sharply with the chaos of fame and touring. Through patience and commitment, she became a stabilizing force that helped him reconsider his choices. Recovery and sobriety. Recovery did not happen overnight, but Vincent Furnier gradually began to rebuild his life with the support of family and professional help, while also learning healthier routines and rebuilding his public identity carefully. He committed to sobriety, stepping away from destructive habits that had defined his most chaotic years. Over time, he returned to music with greater control, discipline, and a renewed sense of purpose. Alice Cooper, the persona, continued to thrive on stage, but Vincent maintained clearer boundaries between performance and reality. This period marked a significant transformation, allowing him to sustain a long-term career without losing himself entirely. Legacy and reflection. Today, Alice Cooper is recognized as one of rock's most influential performers, credited with pioneering theatrical shock rock and stage storytelling. His legacy extends beyond music, influencing generations of artists across rock, metal, and performance art. Despite the dark themes of his persona, Vincent Furnier's life reflects resilience, reinvention, and survival. Fans continue to celebrate both the spectacle of Alice Cooper and the humanity of the man behind it. His story remains a testament to the complexity of fame and the endurance of personal identity under pressure, showing how creativity can coexist with personal struggle and transformation over decades long term. Enduring persona and later years. Even in later years, Alice Cooper continued to perform with remarkable energy, maintaining the theatrical intensity that defined his career, while continuing to tour worldwide and inspire audiences. Age did not diminish his commitment to showmanship, as he adapted his performances for new generations of audiences. He also focused on maintaining his health and stability, ensuring that past struggles would not define his present life. The character of Alice Cooper remained a powerful artistic tool, allowing him to explore darkness safely through performance. This balance between persona and reality became a defining feature of his enduring legacy in music history. Conclusion. The story of Alice Cooper and Vincent Furnier ultimately reflects the complex relationship between identity, creativity, and survival in the world of entertainment. Behind the makeup and theatrics lies a human journey marked by struggle, resilience, and transformation over decades of fame. His experiences highlight how artists often create personas to navigate pain while still pursuing artistic expression. Even when the spotlight fades, the impact of such a career continues to shape music and culture. Ultimately, the legacy of Alice Cooper stands as both a warning and an inspiration, reminding audiences of the human cost behind performance and fame lasting.